Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm 31 years old and I'm from Prince George, BC. I'm a mother of 3 girls and I did my undergraduate degree at UNBC in biology and chemistry. I did a second undergraduate degree through correspondence in psychology, and I am currently a second-year medical student at the Northern Medical Program. So I don't really have a defining moment in my life when I realized that I wanted to be a doctor. I was always just that kid who was really interested in science and the human body and things like that. One of my memories from elementary school was when my grade 6 teacher brought in a piece of moose lung from her husband's hunting trip, and I thought it was so cool that I took it home to show my mom, because I'm like, look, this is where the alveoli are, and my mom was like, oh, that is so gross, and made me throw it away. And that was just kind of the kind of kid I was in high school. And then, you know, there's kind of that stereotype, if you're the smart kid who's interested in science, medicine's what you do. So that was kind of why I was interested in it in high school. And then things kind of came to a crashing halt when I wound up pregnant in grade 11. And you know, I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I was going to finish high school with my friends, and that I was still going to go to university, and that I still wanted to do medicine, but I didn't really know how I was going to make that happen. Grade 12 was really hard because, you know, I was that super keener kid. I had done extra classes in my spare blocks so that I could, you know, do AP sciences, and I was the kid in band and drama. A student, like, I had never gotten a B, and I was the one who was pregnant. No one expected that of me. It was really hard. It was kind of funny. One time I got to class late, and one of my classmates was saying as I came in the door, maybe she's at the hospital popping out a baby. And it's like, how did my life go from this super keen kid to jokes in class? A real defining conversation was one I had with my dad. We were driving somewhere one day. He's like, you know, with a kid, do you really think you can do medicine? Maybe you should become a lab tech or a nurse or something easier that you can finish sooner so that you can be a mom too. And at that point in my head, I'm like, no, this is what I want to do. So I'd say I had a lot of speed bumps getting into medical school. I didn't get in on my first try, and that was hard, but I know a lot of people don't get in on their first try, so I kept going. But I knew I still really wanted to do medicine, and I really had a drive to do it, so I worked hard to improve my application, and I applied again, and I just kept applying until I got in, because I knew this was what I really wanted to do with my life. Throughout university, and actually before university, I worked part-time all the time. In the summers I worked full-time, and that was largely so that I could afford university. My GPA wasn't fantastic. I didn't really realize, you know, what a competitive GPA for medical school was. So I tried really hard to focus on that. But at the same time, it's really hard to study and work part-time and be a single mom and get good grades. So I had to be happy with, you know, B pluses and A minuses and the occasional C. So if I had to give advice to someone who was trying to get into medical school, I think my biggest piece of advice would be to do what you enjoy doing in undergrad, because you're going to do it well and you're going to keep doing it. There are a million roads into medicine, and same with your extracurriculars. Don't go volunteer folding sheets at the hospital just because you think hospital experience is going to get you in. Go do something you like. My best experiences weren't things that I ever thought I would use on my med school application. I didn't think being the editor at the newspaper had anything to do with medicine, but it's something that I put on my application. So yeah, do what you enjoy.